Spokane police have identified the two officers involved in a fatal shooting in Hillyard.
Zach Storment and Chris Duville both fired at Jeremy Groom when he pointed a pistol at a man at Special K Tavern in Hillyard. Just 10 days ago, Duville was hailed a hero when he kept a suicidal man from jumping off the Maple Street Bridge. That's where KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey joins us live. And Jeff, you had a chance to talk with Duville.
And Clyde, this was back when we were having all that sub-zero weather just before Thanksgiving. Despite the cold and the darkness, Officer DeVille climbed up on the cage above the bridge and held on to a despondent man until additional help could arrive. DeVille did all that even though he knew at the time he was still slated to be laid off by his department later on this month.
I kind of pulled him in so the grate was supporting most of his weight and kind of held him there.
Chris Duville is one of two officers who shot at an armed man outside the Special K Tavern Saturday night. But less than 2 weeks ago, Duville was a lifesaver, climbing onto this chain-link tunnel and grabbing a suicidal man just before he could have fallen to his death.
So Officer Johnson and I are still holding on to him. They finished cutting this little crescent here. We're able to pull him through.
Duville risked his life to preserve a life that night, and so it's easy to assume that he regrets having to shoot Jeremy Groom on Saturday.
Hey, you guys awake?
Corporal Zach Storment is the other officer involved in the fatal shooting.
Can I see your hands? You have any weapons?
Can I see yours?
Yeah, they're right here.
We first met Storment back in 2007, documenting his duties during his 10-hour night shift, including the call when he had to dodge a freight train to move a group of transients sleeping along the tracks.
There's the end of it.
Boy, 396. Good boy.
That's not people. Is it? Yeah, it is. Hey, Spokane police. Hey, you guys all right?
Storment responded to more than a dozen incidents that night. We were kind of disappointed he never arrested anybody, not even a ticket.
I want to get my CD players out.
She says that's not yours.
Storment appeared more interested in problem solving than hauling off people to jail, and that's indicative of his mellow demeanor.
You're free to go. Sorry to bother you at all. That's it, yeah.
Even on calls that turned out to be false alarms, Storment seemed committed to helping people, not hurting them.
It's not a waste of time here. It did tie up a lot of police, but it's well worth the effort, and we'd do it again in a minute. And so, with the help of some file video, you know a little bit more about the officers involved in this shooting. It is likely it'll be several months before the prosecutor rules whether or not their use of deadly force in this case was justified, but at least during the brief time that we spent with them, it seemed like both officers are well suited to the important job of protecting us. Reporting live downtown, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.